We're here to solve mysteries and chew bubble gum. And I'm all out of gum. Welcome everybody to another episode of Disco Elysium. In the last episode, oh god, I'm still holding on to my tools. I will never let go. The last episode we saved Annette from the cold, brought her back inside, the daughter of the bookstore keeper. The bookstore keeper is keeping a secret area in the back, covered by curtains. And we are about to enter and solve the mystery inside.
You see a set of tattered curtains blocking the way to another room. A strange cage-like trinket dangles from the curtains.
Pull the curtains open.
You see a dimly lit room full of dusty furniture and trash. A doorway stands in the back, covered in dozens of scary little Seminese wards, your shadow looming over it like an omen.
Escapes from Pleasance as she tries her best to look away, her round face buried in her hands. You don't have to walk in there, lady, that's my job. Let's go, Kim! We're still searching for a bag, 5 more experience, generic loot, preferably booze and medication, and other fun stuff. Are those scrolls? Protective scrolls? Ghostly silhouettes of hair dryers. A vaguely androgynous portrait of a man. Merely looking at that unmanly haircut threatens your masculinity. Jesus Lord, man, calm the hell down, will you?
A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you, covered in dozens, if not hundreds, of Seminese trinkets and charms. It appears to be locked.
Thankfully, we have the key for that. I don't need to break it down or break my elbows.
Only an echo. No one is there.
Unlock the door with the key. We could certainly try with a 17%, but I couldn't vouch for my health. So yeah, let's just unlock the door with the key. Like a normal human being.
After exerting some force, you manage to turn the key. It's eerily silent. The door slides slightly open, letting a draft of cold air into the room.
First of all, we have an ability point. What should it be? Brain, endurance, pain threshold, physical instrument, electrochemistry, shivers, half light. What is this? Let the body take control. Threaten people. Perception is nice. See, hear, and smell everything. Let no detail go unnoticed. Interfacing. Master machines. Pick locks and pockets. Oh. Well then. Suggestion. Charm. Understand others. Work with your mirror neurons. Volition. Hold yourself together. Oh my god, there's so many good things. There's so many good things. Well, since we're solving mysteries, we're looting things, we're investigating, I think this might come in handy. Also, flex powerful muscles. No, that's not for me. Interfacing is very, very tempting at the moment. Take the blows, don't let the world kill you. Or perception. I'll go with perception for now. Kim, maybe you should go first.
Detective, you're the one in charge.
The lieutenant motions toward the door. I mean, good point, but still. Okay, let's open the door. Say what you did there, Kim. I say what you... Are those bags, by any chance? That's, what is this? A shot? Football? What on earth is this? It could go for a lot of money. Yes?
What is this place?
Looks like a gym to me.
Yes, but no one's been here in ages.
He draws a stripe on the dusty floor with his foot.
I doubt the electricity still works. Good thing we have a flashlight on us. Don't forget to take it out of your bag before we move on.
You got it.
An eerie feeling rises in your chest.
What if there's a reason why no one's been here for ages?
Yes, because it's closed.
Oh my god, Kim.
No need to look for supernatural explanations where a banal one will do. Now let's move on, shall we?
Okay, Kim, you're no fun. But I love you. All the same. Let's get to our flashlight outside. Boop. Oh god. Why are you holding the flashlight like this? There we go. Much better. Poster says, Citius Fortis, the rest is worn off. Worn out wall bars. They look unsafe.
A barbell lies on the floor. The color has worn off its weight plates. It's 60 kilograms. Your triceps hum at the sight of these weights. Show the world what kind of beast it's dealing with. Lift them.
Physical instrument? This is not gonna work. You and I both know that.
There are no collars on the barbell.
Oh.
This is a safety hazard. Why does it feel so familiar?
8%! Yeah! No. Look, Kim! It's a trap! There are no collars on the barbell.
You're right. The weight may fall off. Better not touch it then.
What kind of a bastard would just remove the collars? Should be a felony.
It would be a violation of EPIS safety regulations if the gym was still operating, but it isn't. No one's supposed to come here anymore.
I am not going to try and lift this thing. Is this familiar because I'm a weightlifter?
No, it's not that. It's the stale smell of rubber, the squeaky sound of sneakers, your bruised knee against the mat, and a whistle. Then the feeling is gone.
Thank God.
It's just a memory from another life, when you were young and fit.
Oh, thank you. You just made me extremely sad. Appreciate it. Physique or whatever the hell you wear. Thanks, I hate it. Sand is dripping from the punch bag. Oh, hold up. Is that the door where we came? Yes, it is. Okay, let's move on. Not many interesting things here. The hallway is blocked by old window panes and debris. And Deborah's... I don't smell anything. Is that the one I... No perception. See, hear, and smell everything. Let no detail... Yes, I don't smell anything. I have concerns. Oh my god. Look what I can do. Okay, let's go. What's with that music? A large demijohn full of strange liquid. I have no idea what a demijohn is. Wild animals stare at you in the dark, stuffed and mounted. Needless to say, the music is great. Airship rotors covered in spider webs. They remind you of Oh no! I don't like these two. They can go fuck right off. Let's move on. Don't look at them. There's so many of these mannequins everywhere. No. A naked mannequin torso. A strange yellow color. Okay, before we go upstairs. We can afford the book. Blue velvet, soft to the touch. Moth-bitten. Who in the right mind left money in here? And why? I mean, for me to take it, of course, but why?
Your flashlight slides over an old green chalkboard covered in scribbles, sketches, and schemes like some ancient cave mural. Some of the writing has faded with age, but you can still make out sections here and there. Photos and drawings have been pinned to the board.
Inspect the drawings.
These lithe, pointy-eared creatures appear to be different types of welkins. You make out autumnal candle welkins casting wax-based magic. Translucent welkins with organs shining under their skin. And even ether welkins hailing from the vast emptiness of sidereal space. Who are all those creatures? Fantasies of a tortured, feverish mind? You should adopt one of those Wilkins as your persona. No longer a mere man, but a Welkin. One of the Welkins, towering among the rest, appears to be different, however.
Examining the Welkin. This is important.
It's Vara Hamira, a high Welkin, his face white and scarred like cracked marble. This is clearly a Welkin supremacist. The note says, all non-Welkin races will be purged. The Haldor, the Tworg, the humans, and even headless men, all of them, purged. Imagine a world filled only with Welkin, Green Welkin, Dread Welkin, and the High Welkin to rule them all.
An inordinate amount of time has gone into drawing these little Welkin creatures.
Why would anyone spend so much time on this?
Some people really like building a world, I think, even if it's just for a game.
Who are these creatures? Who drew them? Are they real? I have so many questions.
This looks like concept art for a project. It's not really real.
One of them is a Welkin supremacist.
Mm-hmm. Political commentary. That one has a great beard, too.
Indeed. Well, this has been educational. Let's move on from the Welkins.
Just look at those details. So much effort.
Yeah, it's pretty.
And for what? All gone.
Inspect the photos.
The photo collage depicts barren, icy landscapes wrapped in perpetual night. You see permafrost and glacial landforms, dead trees grown in under the snow. Entire oceans have been frozen from shore to shore. There are pictures of settlements on dried-up riverbeds, abandoned in a storm. Animal corpses in the dark, carcasses and bones. You see primitive oil rigs built into glaciers, boreal dvorg. Yurts under the snow, great mammoth-like beasts of burden. Albeit dark and cold, this vision also feels cozy in its own way, like eggnog or morphine, a much-needed respite from our own world. A pinned postcard reads, "The heat death scenario. A desperate fight for geothermal energy engulfs the world as Wirral becomes untethered from its sun, drifting through the universe."
Inspect the schedule.
This is a monthly calendar from the year 50. Cryptic words like sprint, daily minimi, and GPI span the marker-drawn grid, the grand scheme of production and money. Minimi stands for a mini-meeting. It's part of a bigger framework for managing work called RUN. Station 41 tried to implement it a few years ago, but failed.
Keep reading. What happened?
As time goes on, the numbers in the boxes grow rarer and rarer. The board becomes an empty snowfield in the final days. Only failure and regret dwell in this region.
Looks like they didn't make it.
The lieutenant looks at the frigid ice field of nothingness.
A note in the bottom left corner of the chalkboard says, "See the prod schedule filament for details."
Inspect the notes.
The handwriting is only partly legible, but you can still make out 3 slogans: "Call in, tune out," "Wirral untethered," and "Heat death of the universe."
Weird. Is someone playing D&D in here? Was?
This appears to be some kind of machine with a cube-shaped heart and a wired framework. The keyboard has a rectangular on-off button. A piece of paper still hangs from the printer.
The radio computer. Just sitting here without anyone inside.
You sound surprised and a bit cautious. Do you think I should turn it on?
We have one of these down at the station, but I never really learned how to use it.
Turn it on.
The machine lights up like some prehistoric animal stirring from its slumber, revealing fluorescent play and print keys on the keyboard. The hatch on the machine's central compartment is wide open.
Look inside the compartment.
It's empty like a beehive without its brood. Some cables have been left dangling, disconnected.
This is where the memory should go.
The lieutenant notes, observing the machine.
Nothing happens. Nothing happens. Nothing happens. Nothing.
Guess we need a memory.
This old fireplace is covered in lines drawn in blue and red marker, the mesh spreading over the stone like blood vessels on alabaster skin. It looks ghostly and strangely ancient. A diagram for summoning some time-forgotten being. The symbols seem very esoteric. The whole thing resembles Kadran mosaic tiles. Very pedantic.
Hold on, how do I know what Kedron mosaic tiles are supposed to look like?
History classes, students with their textbooks open, studying the roots of our civilization. Those aquarelle blue tiles looked beautiful in the sun.
What am I looking at?
Radio frequencies, it seems. UKV 123.6, UKV 123.7, UKV 123.9. Some written notes, too. Sparse and cryptic.
Radio frequencies for what?
Unclear. It looks like a cardiovascular system split into veins and capillaries. Very advanced.
So we're dealing with something medical here?
You think so? The web is comprised of radio stations, all lead back to one red heart, titled the Game Master Frequency. A note says, this one can listen in on any station it wants.
Wait, who's the game master?
Someone very important. The leader of a massive on-air game built by these people. A conductor for the hundreds of story threads that pass through the Game Master's frequency.
If it's a game, then who's playing?
Whoever decides to call in to a call-in station. it looks like. All of this is gone, left unrealized. There's no way a little basement studio working here could pull anything like this off.
My god. It's as if the less money they had, the more ambitious their project became.
Why do you say that?
The schedule. I know doom when I see it. The company was running out of funding.
What else?
Nothing. It's just lines on marble. An echo from times long gone. No one has used the fireplace in ages.
Okay. What do you think is going on with that computer, chalkboard, and fireplace?
Someone tried to exorcise the curse using technology. It's just a failed business. So the only question is, what the hell were they making?
Yes, that is the question.
The lieutenant takes a step back, stippling his hands.
It looks like one of those popular pen and paper role-playing games. Only these people were trying to automate it, make it work on radio computers.
Utter madness, he thinks, as a compliment.
How were they planning to do that?
Through call-in stations. None of the players have to be physically present. Anyone in the world can participate in the game, as long as they have a two-way radio. Then there's the game master frequency that listens in on the smaller call-in stations. I think that was supposed to coordinate the stories, functioning as a master of ceremonies of sorts.
Has anyone ever done this before?
Not to my knowledge. They make automated games in Graz, Messina, Königstein. You know, places with industry.
Not in Revachol West, among the ruins.
Isn't he from Revachol West? Or the West in general? I mean, we read something relevant about this.
But I don't think anyone has attempted to create an inter-isolary game before. We just don't have the technology.
And this was a role-playing game.
Indeed, those Welkins are a dead giveaway. Role-playing people love that stuff. The world looks like a modified version of the WeWorld board game, with hit death thrown in.
Super cool. Someone should give them millions of real immediately. This game is too good to be left unfinished.
What do you think happened to the company?
No idea. They stopped filling out the schedule on the chalkboard.
Wow.
Indeed, it's ambitious and untethered from reality, but...
Do we have any money? Let's give them more money so they can finish it and make it even bigger. The curse got them. The world is cold and lonely. This would keep it company. Let's finish it.
It's too late for that, I'm afraid.
He says, looking around the derelict room. The pipes howl and a rat crosses the floor.
Okay, let's keep moving.
Scribbled across a notebook, developers of the most advanced RPG in the universe. That's so cool. I wish we could make this work. There's gotta be a way to make this work. Whoa, oh, no. Go back inside. Go back inside. Back inside. Go back inside. Oh, Jesus. Get out of the way, Kim! We got an exit, but we also have upstairs. Let's have a look upstairs.
An iron safety curtain curves before your eyes, folded like a bellows. It covers half the room, blocking the way into a colossal industrial chimney. This must be where the entity lives.
Leave. I'll be back in a second. Hold on.
Oh yeah, that's what I've been looking for. Postcard La Delta 51. That's it. That's it. Shoes in a puddle of melting snow. Can I not take the shoe? Oh, come on, give me the shoes. They look like good shoes. Is this going to solve the mystery? Should we go, check the other side first?
As before, an iron safety curtain curves before your eyes. It covers half the room, blocking the way into a colossal industrial chimney.
Knock on it.
What an odd thing to do. Nothing happens.
Knock on it harder.
Still nothing. No one's home.
Knock even harder.
Those curtains prove to be surprisingly sturdy. Your fist hurts now. If this is really an entrance to the chimney, then there must be a furnace somewhere as well. Maybe there's another way to get in.
Yeah, now my hand hurts.
Can you please try to refrain from attacking random things?
I need to find the malignant entity, Kim. This is the chimney.
Ghosts aren't real. Didn't your parents tell you that? In any case, there's no way we can get in right now. Let's investigate further.
It's a trap. Don't do it. This is gonna kill me. 100% sure it's going to kill me. I need more medicine. Items. Can I see this? The sunlight has made this postcard almost completely sepia-toned. Midtown traffic passes. Overhead the ghosts of skyscrapers disappear into a beige midday mist vapor rising from the delta on which the district was built. The postcard is prepaid. And what is this? A ball used for playing shot. Shot? Put? A favorite pastime of elderly gentlemen. You feel like you should hold on to this and make good use of it. To sell such a beautiful old-school sports equipment would be a sin. But I can get money off of it. Everything else I own is very, very cheap. I need medicine. Badly. I'm guessing the tools I have are no use here. I can't use my crowbar or my chain cutter to open doors. It's making me very sad, as a matter of fact. Maybe we can find some medicine here. Oh, that's for morale. I'll take the money, though. Oh, I don't want to die. I'm so young. The fuck? Is that a fridge? Before I attempt to open anything else, the wall collapsed. It's inaccessible now. Before I attempt to open anything else, let's look around and see if we can find any medication or something. Oh god, there's nothing here. I think we found the furnace.
You see a terrifying ice bear with a strange compartment in its belly. The door is covered in frost, and the bear's eyes are glowing red. The bear looks oddly realistic. Is it taxidermy?
What is this thing? It looks like a giant ice bear.
The lieutenant doesn't answer. His eyes are glued to the animal. A sharp slice of light shines out from its mysterious belly door.
Crack open the door and thankfully we won't die.
A gust of freezing cold air rushes to greet you. You hear a low grumble as the bear regulates itself. This is the inside of a refrigerator. The lieutenant takes a peek inside. His hand has found the holster of his gun.
Relax, Kim, it's a fridge.
Of course, just a giant ice bear-shaped fridge.
He relaxes his hand, his face bathed in the harsh light of the open fridge door.
Let's take a look inside.
Let's.
The shelves are empty. All you see are crumpled ice cream wrappers, with the brand name Revachol Ice City. A handwritten note has been attached to the door. The fridge is huge.
Take the note.
You pocket the note and the little fridge magnets keeping it on the door.
I took the magnets as well. I forget I can't open my inventory if I'm doing this.
You've acquired an interactable item. Investigate this item further by going to the Interact tab in your inventory.
Yes, I wish I could, but you won't let me. Examine one of the ice cream wrappers in there.
A friendly cartoon bear smiles back at you from a glossy cellophane wrapper. It looks nothing like the fridge.
What is a giant bear-shaped fridge doing in an abandoned cellar in the first place?
Good question. It looks like an ice cream fridge.
The lieutenant reaches for one of the wrappers. He studies it in the light. So they try to sell ice cream from this hyper-carnivore?
I know. What an unfortunate marketing choice. What is even worse, the bear is still costing them money to this day.
The lieutenant points at the red snaky cable running from the fridge. You mean this one?
The fridge buzzes with energy. The electricity bill on this thing must be catastrophic.
As a matter of fact, this is one of the first things I thought of, but I was like, maybe someone actually still owns this, and they do have access down here, and they just, use it occasionally, but... The first guy I thought of was, what's his face? The bartender? The manager of the inn? But maybe that's not the case. Let's see what we got. Interact. Handwritten note from the fridge. A handwritten note you found from the giant ice bear fridge. It still bears, no pun intended, some marks from the fruit-shaped kitchen magnets that were used to secure it to the refrigerator door. What do we do with this?
The note is written with a blue pencil on a piece of lined office paper. The kitchen magnets have left spots on its surface.
Does it say anything interesting?
The lieutenant leans closer to read the crumpled note over your shoulder.
This is tangential at best, but the lieutenant's detective instinct is still active.
Read the note.
Someone has scribbled, S. I can't believe the off-site copy is still here. The illiterate ginger kid keeps stealing stuff from the studio, so I had to hide it somewhere safe.
S. Could this be Sylvie?
You'll find the filament memory with the off-site copy in the frozen ice cream maker. Please take it home, ASAP. It's important. I'd do it myself if I lived in a civilized place with a freezer. Take care, Suliswaf.
Sulislav? Who the hell is Sulislav? I wonder who wrote that note.
Looks like someone from that radio game company upstairs. I'm a little surprised they just left their property lying here.
Maybe they had to leave in a hurry.
That's a plausible hypothesis.
Remind me again, what's a filament memory?
It belongs inside a radio computer, storing its memory. It's like a tape. You listen to disco tapes, right? It's like one of your disco tapes, only for a computer.
Who's the illiterate ginger kid?
Some local miscreant, probably. There are tons of them running around in Martinez, ready to stir up trouble. We usually dispatch our junior officers to deal with them.
Do you have any idea where the frozen ice cream maker could be?
I don't know. I assume it's somewhere close to the ice bear fridge.
Alright, let's keep that away for now. See, invisible. The wind howls in from the coal chute above. Feel like there's more to this place and the fridge. Hey, what's this now? An ice cream maker, defrosted and unplugged. Flashlight casts a strange shadow. There is a hidden doorway here. You serious? Wonder if that takes us to the chimney area. Kim, I'm walking here. Move. Thank you. I would feel a lot better if I was healed. A frozen ice cream maker that's still running. Medicino? Yes. Boop. Oh, so much better.
2 cables are plugged into the breaker box. The red one leads to the ice bear fridge, and the black one to the ice cream maker nearby.
Leave. Hold it. Hold on. Maybe that's why we got the health. Because this is about to hurt me. Plenty. Insane mesh tongue top. Extra drop. Whoa. One extra drama. Can I wear this here? Where does this go? Sorry? Can I not wear... Do I have to remove clothes and wear this instead? There we go. Do we prefer drama over to conceptualization? Remind me, what is conceptualization? Understand creativity, see art in the world. Meanwhile, now I have more drama. And drama is... play the actor, lie, and detect lies. Kim, you better not lie to me, I will detect it. Intercom wires running into the breaker box. And where does this... There are so many different ways to go. Okay, let's check the furnace thing first. At least I think it is a furnace. It looks like it's all highlighted and shit.
A thick layer of coal dust covers the furnace, coloring it pitch black. Looks like this furnace has a face, and it's a face of agony.
Kim, what is this thing? Is it a furnace?
Looks like it. Looks like an old central furnace used to heat the building. It's connected to the chimney.
He opens the door and gingerly peeks inside.
No one has used it in ages. No signs of any recent fire. Only dead rats.
Don't kick it. Look inside.
It's dark and grimy here. In the darkness you can hear chatter. It's coming from above. A voice or several voices talking to each other. Near the smoke chamber, upstairs.
What are you doing?
The lieutenant asks when he sees you climb halfway inside the furnace. I'm not sure, Kim, but I think I can hear someone talking upstairs.
Wait, really? Maybe it's coming from behind those safety curtains we saw upstairs.
This is a white check. We can retry it. Don't kick anything with your foot! Stop it! Why would I want to smear my hands with coal? That I don't understand. Let's see. Yeah. Kim doesn't believe in paranatural. We're talking to a wall. Don't do that. 42% with a physical instrument. Yell hello into the furnace.
Something breaks loose in you. A mighty bellow echoes throughout the chimney's depths. The chatter of tiny voices above suddenly cease. Then...
Hello?
There is someone there.
you've awakened the entity.
Hello? Are you there? Speak to me.
Hello? Did you say anything? I can't
Is this a net? No, this is not a net, right? It can be.
You hear a low rumble upstairs, the sound of a curtain being pulled aside.
After you, officer.
Thanks, Kim. Smear your hands with coal. I don't know why I would like to do that, but I will.
A lush layer of coal now covers your skin, sinking into the wrinkles. Your hands look ancient.
Thanks, I guess.
You feel the spirit of Ramut Karzai, ancient hero of Grad, pulsing through you. All that's left is to cover your face in war paint.
Oh my god. Hadramut Karzai, smear your cheeks black with coal.
3 dangerous stripes appear onto your cheeks, telling stories of your wild soul.
I would like to see myself explaining this to the lady upstairs.
What are you doing?
I am the reincarnation of an ancient Ilmaran warrior.
Please wipe your face clean, officer.
But...
No, you're a proud warrior. Keep it.
42% authority. 3. Did I just take off an item I was wearing? And now we have less authority than before? I believe our authority was 4 earlier? Don't wipe it!
These 3 stripes give you
Suck
strength in
it,
this
Kim!
dangerous realm. It would be foolish to remove them.
We're exploring this dark place and I need the protection my war paint affords.
And this protects you.
This is traditional war paint. It will grant me safe passage with the spirits that guard this place.
Okay, sure. Go ahead.
He stubbornly looks away from you and the furnace.
Just pointing out, this is not traditional 70s war paint. No idea where you got it.
Those voices I heard. Maybe it's the malignant entity. Pleasant said it lives in a chimney.
You're right. The rooms do look like they're connected. But malignant entities don't exist. At least not the supernatural kind.
Thanks, Kim. I don't know what I expected.
Always has to be the skeptic, this man.
I love him all the same, though. Kim is fucking awesome. He's a good boy. Should I fiddle with the red cable? Kim said something about the red cable. This is probably going to kill me. I should save my game just in case. Everyone. There we go. Save the game. I will fiddle with the red cable. What the heck? Is it going even further down? What the hell is going... Money! I can't read that. People fits shuffling by on the street. We can hear the outside from here, huh? Winds howling. There's an exit through here as well. This place is big. It's
2
now or
cables
never,
are
Kim.
plugged into the breaker box. An electric sizzle. The room is slightly quieter now.
Unplug the black cable.
Something close to you dies with a soft electric purr.
Why did you do that?
Because it's black. The color of immeasurable cosmos.
The lieutenant raises his brows, but doesn't say anything. The electric distribution board now has 1 cable missing. Somewhere in the dark, a giant electrical mammal stirs to life.
What was the black cable for? Can we see? The black cable was for this thing?
This orange machine is dead still. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner and an electric freezer. The ice around it slowly melting.
Turn the ice cream crank? It's not powered.
Turning the crank feels oddly satisfying, like stirring your childhood dreams. In the distance, you hear water dripping. It's all gone now. You'll never become a poet or an entrepreneur.
Crack open the lid. Pry bar is not strong enough. -20? Better grip with gloves. +2 machine unplugged. Maybe I have to unequip something. Hold on a second. If I don't hold the pry bar and I have my hands free.
This orange machine, you slip your fingers under the frozen lid, but the ice is too cold for you to get a good grip. A pry bar would come in handy here. If you want to try again, then you need to have the pry bar in your hand, detective.
Equip the pry bar by going to the Tools tab in your inventory. From there, you can equip it to a held slot.
I was using the pry bar. It didn't work. It's not that dark. Come on.
This orange machine is dead still. It has a
Yeah,
hand
it's still
crank.
3%. That's not working. I will keep the pry bar, however. That is terrible. Damn it. I wish I was a little stronger.
Only the red cable is plugged into the breaker box, while the black one lies neglected on the floor. An electric sizzle.
Okay, unplug everything. Try and open the other one. I can't see. The thing is, I cannot interact with the other.
The bear's eyes are dead and empty. Ice inside the fridge slowly melting. The power has been cut off.
Maybe we should plug them in, both, again, I don't know. I'm suspecting that we turned off the power exclusively to try and open the lid, but since I'm not strong enough, there's not really a point.
Both cables are unplugged from the breaker box. Somewhere, a machine.
Okay, both online. Where does this go? Hey, we're back outside. Let's go upstairs. Oh, didn't they say there's another exit through there somewhere? Two rusty rifles are hidden above the piping. They look inoperable. Someone has stuck some busted guns beneath the ceiling.
A few bricks have fallen off, revealing a compartment behind the wall. It's too dark to see in.
Where are we?
Seems like an old bunker from the revolutionary period. Look at all those rifles. Must be an old weapons cache.
Look, there's a hole in the wall.
There is, yes. And there also appears to be something inside the hole. Interesting. Do you want to take a look?
Okay.
Your hand reaches deep into darkness and spiderwebs. Rummaging around, you find rusty rifles hidden away.
Rifle skim!
Are these any good?
Inspect them.
Most of them are rusty and inoperable, like the rest. But one catches your eye. A bolt-action model with a fine wood stock, in better cosmetic order than the others.
This one looks nice. Take it.
That's a rare sight. Seems to no longer be functional, but still a beautiful thing in its own way.
What does this mean? A rifle? Here?
It means there are firearms, albeit inoperable, still lying around in Martinez. It's an interesting coincidence, I would say. Might come in useful in the future.
He likes this find.
Kim, you like guns? Didn't we see something else back here? That was indeed a very good find. Let's, we talk to no one about this. Was there any other interaction with the furnace? I don't think so.
A thick layer of cold dust.
No. Only the kick. Only the kick. Let me look at the item. Ooh. A broken bell Magrave from ages past. It's a 4-shot, bolt action, military rifle with a wooden frame. Sexy. Good price too. It's broken though. Does that mean we cannot use it? Right, we tried the exit to the far right. Takes us outside. We tried unplugging the cables. We didn't find a thing for this.
Tiles on the cube are still smoldering, casting the framework in a soft glow. Fluorescent, nothing happens.
Maybe we can come back to this after we find, did he say a battery? Not a battery. A memory? Memory. Oh, it's open now! Yay! Does someone live here? It would appear so. Hello? This tray is full of dice. Colorful polyhedral dice. Hundreds of them. The candy dispenser has been repurposed to contain thousands of dice. Nerd!
Hello, I'm Nia.
Hello, Nia. A bird-like woman sits on the throne of tools with emerald light shining through her hair. I should have turned off my flashlight before entering here. I'm a dum-dum.
Did you try knocking on my window? I must have missed you. I've been listening to my Milius.
She taps on her headphones.
So what kind of die are you looking for?
Could this be the malicious entity? Perhaps it's wise to go along with this masquerade for now. She's got a direct view to the backyard. You should interrogate her about the lynching.
Hold on. What do you mean by Milius?
Yes, Amelia is like a call-in station. You need a two-way radio to access one. That's why I have these.
She pats the headphones on the table.
Mostly, they just teach you to swear in different languages. But some of the stations can be quite interesting. I was so absorbed, I must have missed you knocking.
You must have me confused with someone else. I haven't knocked on your window.
Then how did you get inside? By the south entrance? You know what? It doesn't even matter. What matters is that you're finally here. Let's talk dice. Did you have something specific in mind?
Why are you asking me about dice?
I'm a novelty dice maker. Tell me the name of your role-playing system and I'll make the die you need. That's why you're here, yes?
Not quite.
Role-playing games? You know the one made by Fortress Accident. Does that count?
Sure. I like role-playing games and I need some dice.
Very good. My rate is 10 real per set, unless you want something really unusual. Take a look around and see if there is any particular stone you want to use.
The walls around here are covered with rows of precious stones and minerals.
It almost looks as if the stones and dice are a natural part of the room, growing out of the shelves like stalagmites. This person means you, or no one else, absolutely no harm. She will answer freely and honestly. No falsehoods are present. She's a novelty dice maker and doesn't have anything to hide. Ask what you need.
How did you become a dice maker?
How did I become one? It was a business decision. I was a regular jeweler at first, but that's an unfocused field with too much competition. Some of my friends were role players. They asked me to make some polyhedral dice out of cobalt. That was my first order. I grew it from there.
Do you like role-playing games yourself?
Not especially. I like working with rare materials and a steady pay. And role players as customers? They're nice people.
Some of those nice people have big bucks to spend on novelty items. She's thankful for the security they provide her.
Hey, where are we anyway? What is this place?
We're inside the chimney of an old central furnace. It's strange, I know.
She looks at the ruddy bricks that make up the walls. Even though they've been repainted, there are still signs of coal-black soot here and there.
But when I arrived here, all the other rooms were taken, so I had to build myself a makeshift home. Besides, I don't really have to pay any rent here, so that's a plus.
Plaisance was right. There's an entity living in the chimney. You should ask her about the curse.
Inland Empire, please be quiet for a second.
Creative.
The lieutenant looks around the spacious room, its ceiling fading into shadows above. I've heard this place is cursed. Did you know that people call it the doomed commercial area?
I've heard the stories, but I don't think those stories are true.
Plaisance is the one who sent me. She's convinced that the place is swarming with malicious energies.
Plaisance, the bookshop lady? I've heard that her business is doing rather well. Have the energies spared her somehow?
Oh my god, that's a lot of text here. Actually, the bookstore isn't doing that well. There are hardly any customers, and she has to exploit her own daughter to keep the company going.
Oh, right. But it's not just the bookstore that's still up and running. What about the whirling in rags? Some people say it's part of the building complex.
No, the whirling isn't doing well either. Its waitress just took off, and customers have trouble paying bills.
And then there is me.
Looking at her messy work table, all kinds of tools lie there, scattered, from knives to carving files to wire cutters.
I've been here for 14 years, selling novelty dice to role-playing enthusiasts. Not exactly a million-real business idea, yet somehow I've survived despite the talk of malicious energies. Strange, isn't it?
Maybe it's just because she's so talented that she's been able to woo the curse.
My god. It's because you're competent and dedicated to your craft. The curse doesn't affect people like you.
What, so the curse only affects people with poor work ethics? What you're describing isn't a curse, it's capitalism.
I mean...
Time has come to face the source. Fear not, for the forces of the universe are supporting you in this psychic quest.
I'm starting to say that there is no curse, only business decisions and natural market fluctuations.
Exactly. Truth is always so disappointingly mundane and boring. But I'm glad we got this sorted out. Anything else I can help you with today?
That's all she has to say on the subject. She's been thorough and truthful, as far as we can see.
Yeah, she's nice.
Plaisance is not going to like what you have to tell her.
She'll get over it. What do you know about the man who was lynched behind the whirling in rags?
Nothing really. I didn't know him.
The lieutenant looks at his notebook, then the woman under the large window.
Your window looks directly onto the courtyard. You're saying you didn't see or hear anything unusual last Sunday evening?
I'm sorry, Detective, but as you know, I usually have my headphones on when I'm working. It shuts out most of the daily ruckus behind my window.
Do you often work Sunday nights?
It's an odd profession, making dice for people, but I like it, and I prefer doing this to sitting at home.
What do you mean by the daily ruckus?
Well, there's always something going on in the Whirling's backyard.
She stops to try and come up with an example.
During daytime, there are usually those kids, and lately I've been seeing a lot of drunk workers hanging about. Must be because of the strike.
Yeah, I think we saw some of these individuals.
She's heard of the murder, but did not see it, sire.
Okay, drama.
But I never saw anyone during that fateful Sunday night, I'm afraid.
And you never took your eyes off the work to look out of the window?
I might have, but in this case, all I would have seen is my own reflection staring back from the darkness. It's really hard to make anything out in the yard when it's dark outside. Besides, I rarely get up to look out the window when I'm in the zone.
I see. Thank you for your answers.
She nods.
Anything else, officer?
What the heck? Why hasn't her business failed? Shivers? Legendary Shivers. Do you know what happened to the other tenants? Everyone else is gone.
More or less. Are you interested in anyone specific?
Oh, quite a lot of them spring to mind.
There used to be a hair salon here, right?
Yes, I think it was called Androgynous Orlando or something similar. They weren't a big hit around here. Turns out that working class men don't like genderless haircuts. They're scared of that word.
A bit of experimenting every now and then isn't bad.
What's wrong with a bit of experimenting? Customers should have been more open-minded.
I guess it just wasn't the time yet.
She tucks a strand of hair under the headscarf. What happened to the gym?
It wasn't merely a gym, it was Artemitep's boxing club. A community project created to steer at-risk youth away from drugs and crime.
And who was Artemitep?
A kind man from Zemsk. I heard he had some trouble with the law when he was younger, and that's why he wanted to start the gym, as his way of giving back.
How did that community project work out?
It didn't. If anything, it made the youth situation in Martinez even worse. At some point, someone started a rumor that the punching bag downstairs was full of amphetamines.
Oh my.
It's not really full of that. No one would store their drugs like that.
Eventually, the coalition took away the funding and the club went bankrupt. This was a few years ago. It's gotten much more peaceful around the plaza ever since.
What's up with the broken windows?
Oh, this one's a mess. There used to be a company that promised to repair windows 24 hours a day. What could go wrong with this one, right? Turns out, the business was actually set up as a front for an illicit group that was producing snuff milieu. Who would have guessed?
What's the snuff milieu?
And they never cleaned up the debris either. Now it's just littering the hallway and I have no idea how to get rid of it on my own.
Cool. Very cool about the debris, but what's a snuff milieu?
It's a sub-Rosa radio station that broadcasts real murders with real victims. Some people pay good money to get off on it.
I'm sorry?
Nothing changes in her tone as she says that, as if it's just another piece of information to lay out for the world.
Don't worry, the ICP has a separate division that deals exclusively with unlicensed sub-roses. This isn't our problem.
Good luck with that. It's not easy catching those perpetrators.
Did someone here make stuffed animals? I saw mounds lying around.
You mean Mr. Fabron, the taxidermist? No, he mostly just did drugs. Anything else?
I found creepy mannequin.
There used to be a fashion atelier here, but I have forgotten the head designer's name. They were doing well for a couple of years, until the insect rights activists came.
Insect rights activists? What in the name of...
The atelier produced a certain collection that used chitin among the materials. Apparently chitin is made in the Occident, where it's extracted from beetle wings. And you know how all kinds of political movements are big in the Occident. The activists shut down the biggest chitin supplier, which of course caused the price to skyrocket. And, naturally, all the most fashionable tastemakers refused to be seen in chitin from then on. The atelier went bankrupt before they could finish the collection.
But insects don't have any brains or feelings.
Actually, insects do have brains, but yes, I understand what you're saying. I think the protesters took it a little too far.
As she shifts around, you notice several dead flies on the windowsill in front of her. Legs up. They're not moving.
She murdered them all.
Anything else?
Dude, this is going really far.
Good. I hope it clarified things a bit. What else?
I think we will come back to this because I have more questions. I have a lot more questions. Let's take a small break and I will see you on the next episode of Disco Elysium. Until then, thank you everybody for watching. Have fun, whatever you do. Take care of yourselves and do not forget, keep on gaming. I will see you all next time.